For years, a mysterious aircraft has silently cruised through the skies, one that is so advanced it appears to defy gravity itself. Hidden from public view, this top-secret technological marvel has raised questions about the future of stealth technology and the limits of human engineering. Now, an insightful revelation from Elon Musk may finally clear the air. Could this be the next evolution in aerial warfare? Or is it something far beyond what we understand? Join us to find out all about the $7 billion anti-gravity spy plane Elon Musk just revealed. The United States military has a reputation for developing cutting-edge aircraft, often behind a veil of secrecy. Occasionally, however, mysterious sightings fuel theories about secretive planes that officials deny even exist. One such aircraft that has caught public attention is a black, triangle-shaped plane known as the TR-3B Black Manta. It's often discussed alongside the Aurora, another elusive aircraft that has long been rumored but never confirmed. In the late 1980s, rumors began to swirl about the Aurora, an aircraft said to possess extraordinary speed and stealth capabilities. Reports suggested it could reach hypersonic speeds, exceeding Mach 5 or 5 times the speed of sound. Aviation magazines and news outlets picked up on unusual budget allocations for so-called black projects, highly classified defense programs, in the United States military budget. These details raised eyebrows and spurred speculation. People claimed that the term Aurora was a code for a revolutionary new reconnaissance aircraft meant to replace the aging SR-71 Blackbird. However, the United States government has consistently denied that the Aurora ever existed. Instead, officials assert that the project was merely a misinterpretation, saying that Aurora was just a name assigned to a budget line for the B-2 stealth bomber. Despite these denials, some sightings have only deepened the mystery. For instance, a series of reports from California in the 1990s mentioned loud, pulsating booms and strange, fast-moving contrails, the trail of condensed water vapor left behind by high-speed aircraft. These sightings led aviation enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike to conclude that a top-secret, high-speed plane was flying missions above the desert. Despite a lack of concrete evidence, the legend of the Aurora took on a life of its own, capturing the imaginations of people around the world. Alongside the Aurora rumors, another mysterious aircraft, the TR-3B Black Manta, emerged. Unlike the Aurora, which was rumored to be a high-speed reconnaissance jet, the TR-3B is described as a triangle-shaped stealth craft, said to be capable of anti-gravity maneuvers. Supposedly developed by the United States Air Force, the TR-3B is believed to have advanced stealth technology that makes it almost invisible to radar, allowing it to operate in restricted or hostile airspace undetected. According to the rumors, the TR-3B is part of a top-secret program known as Black Ops, or Black Projects, which are operations that are funded secretly and kept from the public eye. Its alleged ability to hover silently, combined with its unique triangular design, has led some to believe it's used primarily for reconnaissance and surveillance missions. One of the TR-3B's most intriguing aspects is its claim that it uses a special propulsion system that enables it to defy the normal laws of physics. This so-called anti-gravity propulsion system, often cited in conspiracy theories, suggests that the craft can operate with minimal noise and leave little evidence of its presence. This would make it ideal for covert missions where stealth is paramount. The fascination with the Aurora and TR-3B Black Manta is partly fueled by the allure of black projects. Military insiders, aviation writers, and enthusiasts are drawn to the idea that there could be aircraft so advanced they remain hidden from the public. The Aurora, for instance, is sometimes attributed to advancements that make it faster and more efficient than any known aircraft. For the TR-3B, the concept of anti-gravity propulsion stretches the boundaries of current scientific knowledge, which adds to its mystery. Despite the excitement, skeptics argue that these aircraft may be myths. Aerospace experts and former government officials insist that much of the evidence for these aircraft is circumstantial. Photographs and video footage are scarce, and the strange booms or lights in the sky can often be attributed to other, less sensational explanations. Anti-gravity technology, while a staple of science fiction, is a topic of genuine scientific interest. Anti-gravity refers to the idea of creating an environment or device that can counteract or negate the force of gravity. This is different from concepts like weightlessness experienced in space or through freefall, where gravity's effects are still present. Scientists are exploring the possibilities of anti-gravity technology, not by reversing gravity itself, but by generating propulsion methods that mimic its effects, allowing objects to move without relying on conventional engines. In theoretical discussions, anti-gravity propulsion is often linked to nuclear energy and high-energy plasma. One widely discussed concept involves using a craft powered by pressurized mercury plasma, accelerated through atomic energy. This process produces a field of anti-gravity around the craft. At its core, this kind of craft may use an electromagnetic coil to create thrust through electromagnetic fields. This idea, also referred to as an electromagnetic drive, has been considered a means to interact with the Higgs boson field, a quantum field believed to impart mass to particles. However, this theory remains speculative and has yet to be proven in practical applications. Historically, interest in anti-gravity technology surged after World War II. The United States launched Operation Paperclip, a program designed to recruit German scientists to work on advanced military technology to gain an edge during the Cold War. Some of these scientists were associated with the Nazi Party and had been involved in research on unconventional propulsion. Since then, United States agencies, along with private contractors like Lockheed Martin, have continued exploring these ideas to assess their potential military applications. NASA, the American Institute of Physics, and the Air Force Research Laboratory are among the organizations that have studied anti-gravity or related propulsion systems. While most of this work remains theoretical, peer-reviewed research in areas such as gravitation, quantum gravity, and general relativity provides a foundation for ongoing investigations. Einstein's theory of general relativity, which describes gravity as a curvature of time caused by mass, was an early attempt to understand gravitational forces. Einstein even explored the potential to unify gravity with electromagnetism, though he was never able to complete the theory. The concept of anti-gravity would require an understanding that extends beyond both general relativity and our current knowledge of quantum mechanics. Today, researchers in quantum physics have proposed various ideas about gravity, including theories about a hypothetical particle called the graviton, which would carry gravitational force. These theories attempt to combine quantum mechanics with gravity, a connection that has remained one of physics' most significant challenges. Some promising frameworks include string theory, loop quantum gravity, and other advanced models, each seeking to unravel the mysteries of gravity at the quantum level. In popular culture, anti-gravity has long fascinated audiences, appearing in works such as H.G. Wells's The First Men in the Moon, which describes a gravity-blocking material called cavorite. Other sci-fi depictions, like the spin-dizzy machines in James Blish's Cities in Flight, showcase technology that allows cities to defy gravity and travel through space. These ideas illustrate how anti-gravity remains a powerful and imaginative concept, even if science has yet to catch up fully. For now, despite technological advancements, we are far from achieving practical anti-gravity devices. Scientists continue to investigate ways to manipulate gravity, with potential applications in aerospace, military, and transportation fields. The TR-3B Black Manta is an aircraft shrouded in mystery and surrounded by claims that blend high-tech engineering with elements of science fiction. Unlike traditional planes that rely on turbines or jet engines, the TR-3B is thought to use an unconventional propulsion system. Experts believe this triangular aircraft has thrusters located at each corner, allowing it to execute rapid, precise maneuvers, including sharp right-angle turns and sudden acceleration. This level of agility in all directions is incredibly advanced and is achieved by a unique design aimed at maximizing stealth. One of the TR-3B's most remarkable features is its stealth capability. The aircraft is said to generate plasma that surrounds it, significantly reducing its radar signature and making it almost invisible to radar detection. This stealth is crucial for sensitive missions, where flying undetected is essential. The TR-3B's silent flight, save for a faint hum reportedly produced by the plasma, adds to its elusive nature. Its stealthy design makes it ideal for intelligence gathering and covert operations, able to slip undetected into almost any airspace. The aircraft has been linked to sightings in the Antelope Valley region of Southern California, an area renowned for both UFO sightings and its proximity to prominent United States military facilities, including Edwards Air Force Base and United States Air Force Plant 42. This desert region has become a focal point for those interested in black projects or secret military developments. Speculations surrounding the TR-3B's operations often cite these nearby research facilities, fueling theories about its connection to classified projects. While the TR-3B may sound like pure fiction, its historical context adds depth to its story. The aircraft is often associated with Operation Paperclip. In this post-World War II initiative, the United States recruited German scientists, many of whom were tasked with advancing United States aerospace technology. This program brought groundbreaking, albeit controversial, knowledge to the United States, paving the way for advancements in military tech that still capture the public imagination today. But what truly sets the TR-3B apart are the persistent rumors that it operates using anti-gravity technology. This technology, if real, would involve creating a gravitational field that reduces the craft's effective weight, allowing it to move with extreme agility and speed. Some speculate that the TR-3B uses a reverse-engineered anti-gravity drive allegedly inspired by UFO technology. This concept aligns with tales of recovered alien craft, although no concrete evidence exists to prove these claims. However, recent patents filed by United States Navy engineer Dr. Salvatore Pais hint at the development of technology that could resemble anti-gravity or even space-time modification, adding a sliver of scientific basis to these futuristic ideas. Interestingly, the Navy has invested substantial resources in research related to gravity and electromagnetic propulsion, filing patents for devices like inertial mass reduction systems. These patents, though untested in practice, suggest the possibility of a propulsion system similar to what the TR-3B is rumored to use. While many of these technologies remain theoretical, they represent a leap forward in understanding propulsion and gravity. Could these patents signal early steps toward making such advanced aircraft a reality? In aviation, patents and experiments in advanced technology fuel speculation about what might be possible. Could the TR-3B Black Manta, with its rumored anti-gravity propulsion and stealth capabilities, be an example of cutting-edge engineering that's yet to be fully revealed to the public? The existence of these patents opens up fascinating questions about the future of flight. The TR-3B Black Manta, often the focus of discussions on advanced military aircraft, has been linked to various sightings and mysterious events for decades. Although many specifics remain unconfirmed, the TR-3B has captured the interest of aviation enthusiasts and UFO watchers alike. Here's a closer look at some of the most intriguing sightings and claims associated with this triangular craft. The earliest known video evidence of the TR-3B, or a similar triangular aircraft, was captured in 1994 by Steve Douglas, an aviation enthusiast and researcher. Douglas was experienced in monitoring secretive military aircraft, such as the F-117 Nighthawk, and had a setup with high-grade radio equipment. While observing the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, a location historically used for testing nuclear technology, he recorded an unusual aircraft with a different shape and sound profile than he had encountered before. His footage of the black triangular craft brought attention to the mysterious TR-3B, raising questions about the capabilities and purpose of this unknown vehicle. What exactly had Douglas seen on that day? Another compelling event tied to the TR-3B allegedly took place later that same year at the Boscombe Down Airfield in Wiltshire, England. On September 26, 1994, a report in Air Force's Monthly claimed that an unidentified stealth aircraft crashed at the airfield. The aircraft, described as a small twin-tail fighter, supposedly went down around 11 p.m., only 6 miles from the iconic Stonehenge. Both the United States and UK governments quickly and firmly denied this event, sparking further speculation. To this day, some believe that the mysterious crash was connected to the TR-3B, with suggestions that the vehicle had been undergoing secretive testing. The TR-3B has also been linked to operations during the Gulf War in the early 1990s. It's claimed that the aircraft may have supported United States forces by designating targets for F-117 Nighthawk bombers. According to these claims, the TR-3B provided critical laser targeting that enabled the use of precision-guided munitions. Adding to the mystery, a Las Vegas-based research organization known as the National Institute of Discovery Science cataloged several sightings of black triangular aircraft starting in the 1990s. NIDS was founded to study unexplained phenomena, including the presence of unusual aircraft over the United States. In their report, they noted a rise in sightings of these flying triangles between 1990 and 2004. Witnesses described the aircraft as flying at low altitudes over busy highways and populated areas. This pattern was unlike typical covert military operations, which tend to avoid heavily populated spaces to reduce the risk of public exposure. Sightings of triangular craft continued to emerge even after the early 2000s. In July 2012, the Laredo Paranormal Research Society in Texas captured a triangular aircraft on video. Then in 2018, another triangular craft was filmed hovering over northeastern Pennsylvania. These sightings have kept the legend of the TR-3B alive, and for many, they reinforce the belief that the United States government may be testing advanced technology in plain sight. Interestingly, some researchers believe that specific sightings could be misidentifications. Geoscientist Ben McGee, for example, has argued that some of the black triangular objects seen in the sky are actually Border Patrol drones outfitted with infrared lighting systems. However, others remain unconvinced, pointing to the unusual flight patterns, silence, and massive size often reported in these sightings. With decades of sightings and theories, the TR-3B continues to inspire curiosity and debate. The secrecy surrounding it has only fueled speculation that it represents a leap in aviation technology or something not of this world. Could the TR-3B Black Manta indeed be part of a government project to develop aircraft beyond our current understanding? Or are we seeing something even stranger? For years, theories have swirled around mysterious patents held by the United States Navy for technology that sounds like something straight out of science fiction. These patents, collectively referred to as the anti-gravity patents, were granted to a man named Salvador Cesar Pace. Pace, an American aerospace engineer with a background in gravity-related research, currently works with the United States Air Force. His research roots trace back to his 1999 PhD thesis on bubble generation under reduced gravity conditions. This field hints at specialized expertise in manipulating gravity or related forces. One of the most intriguing patents Pace filed, issued on December 4, 2018, is titled Craft Using an Inertia Mass Reduction Device. While that title might sound complicated, the patent's description outlines a concept that suggests anti-gravity technology. According to the patent, the craft operates by reducing its mass through advanced physics, allowing it to overcome gravitational pull in ways that conventional aircraft cannot. This technology is based on an array of technical components. It involves a resonant cavity with both inner and outer walls, each with specific properties. Between these walls, microwave emitters produce high-frequency electromagnetic waves, causing the entire setup to vibrate. These vibrations allegedly create a local, polarized vacuum around the craft, reducing the effect of gravity on the vehicle and making it, essentially, an anti-gravity machine. Diagrams included with the patent depict a sleek, triangular craft closely resembling typical descriptions of UFOs. For those fascinated by theoretical physics, the patent's deeper explanations are equally intriguing. It describes how the craft's energy propulsion system could manipulate what physicists call the four fundamental forces: the strong and weak nuclear forces, electromagnetic force, and gravitational force. Among these, the electromagnetic force is said to have a unique capacity to influence the other forces. Through this interaction, the craft would be able to move in ways previously unimaginable, potentially achieving near-instant acceleration or changes in direction without the traditional limitations of mass and inertia. The science in the patent goes even further into the realm of advanced physics, mentioning concepts like quantum field theory, electrodynamics, and phenomena like the Casimir effect. These principles are at the cutting edge of modern physics and are typically associated with theoretical research rather than practical application. The patent has sparked widespread speculation, with some enthusiasts suggesting it may be based on extraterrestrial technology. In 2021, Forbes even discussed whether these patents could be a cover for reverse-engineered alien tech, although no official sources support this idea. These theories raise fascinating questions about the origins of such advanced technology. Did human scientists genuinely develop it, or could it hint at something more outworldly? While there's no hard evidence to back up claims of extraterrestrial involvement, the patents add a layer of mystery to sightings of triangular, UFO-like crafts frequently reported around the world. Many enthusiasts speculate that sightings of the TR-3B Black Manta, a rumored United States Air Force spy craft, might be connected to this anti-gravity research. The similarities between Pace's designs and the descriptions of triangular UFOs only deepen the intrigue. As we continue to explore these mysteries, one thing is sure: technology is advancing at a pace that continually challenges the boundaries of science. After years of speculation, classified projects, and countless rumors, the wait is over. The U.S. has just revealed its highly anticipated sixth-generation fighter jet concept, the NGAD, and it's nothing short of mind-blowing. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a revolution in aerial warfare. So what makes this jet so groundbreaking? And how will it change the game for modern air combat? Come along as we dive into the future of aerial combat with an exclusive look at the U.S. sixth-generation NGAD fighter concept. In 2017, the world of aviation witnessed a game-changer as China's Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon roared onto the scene, joining the People's Liberation Army Air Force ranks. This wasn't just another new jet, it was a statement. The J-20 became the first fifth-generation fighter outside the U.S. to achieve operational status, carving out its place in the elite club of advanced stealth fighters. What makes the J-20 special? It's the only heavyweight fifth-generation fighter in active service and production today. Its American rival, the F-35, is lighter and designed for multi-role missions like strikes and surveillance, rather than dominating the skies in high-intensity dogfights. The J-20's emergence has undeniably shaken up the global air combat landscape, prompting the U.S. to accelerate its plans for a sixth-generation fighter to leapfrog the F-22 and regain the edge. By 2030, experts predict we'll see both China and the U.S. fielding these futuristic fighters. It's fascinating to look back at early projections for the J-20. Analysts expected the aircraft to hit the skies by 2020, with test flights starting in 2013. Yet the Mighty Dragon took flight years ahead of schedule, officially entering service in 2017. This rapid development was a testament to China's resolve, although not everything went perfectly according to plan. The WS-15 engine, designed to propel the J-20 to new heights, faced delays and is only now nearing completion, 3 to 4 years later than hoped. But don't underestimate the WS-15. Once fully operational, it promises a staggering thrust of 18 tons, up from the early projections of 15 tons. Pair that with the J-20's radar cross-section of less than 0.3 square meters, and you've got a fighter that's not just fast, but also incredibly stealthy. Its endurance is equally impressive, covering all of Japan with just one mid-air refueling. Initially, the J-20 was expected to feature an active electronically scanned array radar capable of tracking targets 200 kilometers away. Reality, however, outshined these predictions. Even smaller jets like the J-10C and F-16 Block 70 now boast AESA radars that exceed these distances. The J-20, as the heavyweight in the room, has doubled those tracking capabilities, proving it's not just a match for its contemporaries, but a contender to lead. The Mighty Dragon also made headlines in 2022 when it encountered an American F-35 over the East China Sea. U.S. Air Force leaders openly acknowledged its impressive performance, marking a milestone in its growing reputation. China is scaling up production of the J-20, and it's expected to outnumber the F-22, solidifying its presence in the global airspace. With continual upgrades and heavy investment, the J-20 is poised to dominate for decades, potentially staying in service for 40 to 50 years. As the first of its kind outside the U.S., it's more than just a fighter. It's a symbol of China's aviation ambitions soaring to new heights. Behind the Chinese, the Russians are catching up with their Su-57S, a sleek and ambitious stealth fighter that showcases Russia's aerospace ingenuity. Designed as part of the PAC-FA program, the Su-57 represents a bold leap into the realm of fifth-generation combat aircraft. With its twin engines, stealthy contours, and cutting-edge technology, it's meant to rival the likes of America's F-22 Raptor and China's J-20 Mighty Dragon. But while the Su-57 looks formidable on paper, its journey has been riddled with turbulence, making it an underdog in a high-stakes race for aerial supremacy. And the Su-57, known internally by Sukhoi as the T-50, had grand ambitions when its development began in 1999. Russia envisioned a fighter that could seamlessly switch roles, from dominating aerial dogfights to executing precise ground and maritime strikes. It was crafted with super maneuverability, stealth, and supercruise capabilities, giving it the potential to outpace and outmaneuver older fourth-generation jets. Add to that its integrated avionics and hefty payload capacity, and the Su-57 seemed destined to take the skies by storm. But the path from prototype to production has been anything but smooth. After its maiden flight in 2010, the Su-57 faced numerous technical and structural challenges that delayed its progress. In 2019, disaster struck when the first production aircraft crashed during testing, a sobering blow to a program already running behind schedule. Despite these setbacks, the Su-57 officially entered service with the Russian Aerospace Forces in December 2020. However, as of 2024, fewer than 40 of these aircraft are operational, a modest number compared to the hundreds of stealth fighters deployed by the US and China. Part of the challenge lies in Russia's industrial capacity. The sheer complexity of manufacturing a fifth-generation stealth fighter has exposed gaps in the country's defense infrastructure. The Su-57's delayed production timeline underscores these constraints, and recent geopolitical events have only added to the strain. Russia's involvement in the Ukraine conflict has drained resources and further disrupted the Su-57 program. While the aircraft has seen limited deployment in combat, the focus on immediate military needs has left little room for scaling up production. The global defense market poses another hurdle. Traditional buyers of Russian military hardware, such as India and Algeria, are becoming more cautious. India, once a prospective partner in the Su-57 program, has since backed away, citing concerns about delays in performance. Other nations are diversifying their fleets, exploring alternatives like the US F-35, or even developing their own next-generation aircraft. For the Su-57 to gain traction internationally, it must prove its reliability and performance, a tall order given its slow rollout and competition from more established platforms. Yet despite its challenges, the Su-57 is not without promise. Its super maneuverability, achieved through advanced thrust vectoring engines, makes it a formidable opponent in dogfights. Its stealth design, while not as refined as the F-22 or J-20, still provides a significant advantage over older generation jets. And with Russia's defense industry hinting at potential upgrades, including AI-driven systems and enhanced avionics, the Su-57 could evolve into a more competitive platform over time. But time is a luxury Russia may not have. The 2024 production target of 24 aircraft seems ambitious, and even meeting that goal would leave the Su-57 far behind its rivals. In April 2013, Arati Prabhakar, then director of the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, made an intriguing revelation. Speaking at a press briefing, she introduced a bold initiative to redefine air dominance, not just for the next decade, but for the next 30 to 40 years. It wasn't just about designing a shiny new fighter jet. It was about rethinking air superiority as a system of systems. DARPA's Air Dominance Initiative wasn't your typical blueprint for a sixth-generation fighter. Instead, it sought to combine innovations in networking, electromagnetic spectrum control, sensing technologies, and even space assets. The goal? To create a cohesive and resilient framework for U.S. air superiority that integrates manned and unmanned systems seamlessly. What are all the capabilities it will take, layered together, to comprehensively extend air superiority? Prabhakar posed this tantalizing question. It wasn't rhetorical. She and her team were already hard at work finding answers. This initiative emerged from a fascinating backdrop. Prabhakar had just returned to DARPA after a stint in the private sector, reuniting with the ever-visionary Frank Kendall, then Under-Secretary of Defense for Acquisition, Technology, and Logistics. The pair were acutely aware of two conflicting realities: the increasing complexity of emerging weapon systems, and the constraints of a tighter defense budget. How could the U.S. maintain its technological edge in the face of such challenges? That's where DARPA's hallmark approach comes in: innovation through collaboration. In just a few months, a high-energy think tank of DARPA program managers teamed up with Navy and Air Force experts to tackle the problem head-on. They delved into cutting-edge technologies, everything from how to dominate the electromagnetic spectrum to how drones and piloted aircraft could team up for missions. The initiative wasn't just theoretical. Prabhakar hoped its findings would influence defense planning as early as the fiscal year 2015 budget cycle. And then came the whispers of something even more exciting: NGAD, or Next Generation Air Dominance. It became the umbrella term for the sixth-generation fighter jet concept, a project so cloaked in secrecy that, over a decade later, much of it remains speculative. Yet the faint outlines we can discern are nothing short of thrilling. The skies are about to witness a revolution as the U.S. Air Force takes air dominance to a whole new level with the NGAD program. Shrouded in secrecy and driven by cutting-edge innovation, NGAD isn't just about building another fighter jet. It's about crafting a family of interconnected systems that redefines how wars are fought and won in the air. At its heart lies a sixth-generation fighter poised to replace the iconic F-22 Raptor starting in 2030. But this isn't a solo act. Think of it as the leader of an elite squadron. Loyal wingman-style unmanned aerial vehicles, advanced command systems, and other manned aircraft will join forces to form an adaptable, tech-driven air combat network. Together, they promise unparalleled agility, lethality, and survivability in the face of modern threats. The program hit a milestone in September 2020 when a full-scale flight demonstrator secretly took to the skies, showcasing the potential of this futuristic approach. The scale of ambition is breathtaking. 200 NGAD fighters and 1,000 unmanned collaborative combat aircraft will work in harmony, leveraging artificial intelligence and cutting-edge connectivity to ensure air superiority. On the propulsion front, Pratt & Whitney has been making waves with its next-generation adaptive propulsion solution. After a successful evaluation in February 2024, the team is advancing toward ground testing of the XA-103 prototype, with its sights set on operational testing by the late 2020s. When it comes to dominating the skies, the United States continues to push the boundaries of what is possible in aerial combat. The NGAD fighter, with its anticipated adoption of a flying wing design, represents a revolutionary step forward. This isn't just about building a better airplane. It's about redefining the very concept of air superiority. A flying wing design offers unparalleled stealth capabilities, taking radar invisibility to a level that leaves adversaries scrambling to catch up. Unlike traditional aircraft like the F-22, which, despite its phenomenal effective radar cross-section of just 0.001 square meters, still features radar-detectable vertical stabilizers. A flying wing eliminates such vulnerabilities entirely. To put the F-22's radar cross-section into perspective, it's smaller than the area of a 1-cent coin, which measures a comparatively gigantic 0.285 square meters. Even so, the presence of vertical stabilizers, protrusions necessary for stability, creates weak points in its radar invisibility. These features are a telltale signature that advanced adversaries can exploit. By removing these stabilizers, the NGAD fighter will achieve a level of stealth that current-generation aircraft can only dream of. Yet this isn't merely a matter of stripping away parts. A flying wing design makes the aircraft inherently unstable, a challenge that has long eluded even the most advanced militaries. Russia and China, despite significant strides in aircraft development, have failed to solve this puzzle. Their attempts to create stabilizer-free designs result in aircraft too erratic to be controlled, even with sophisticated flight computers. This is where the United States stands apart. Its mastery of flying wing technology, proven by aircraft like the B-2 Spirit and B-21 Raider, gives it a unique advantage. No other nation has managed to produce operational flying wing aircraft, let alone incorporate the design into a nimble fighter. Crucially, the U.S. also leads in the development of the world's most powerful processors, a factor that cannot be overstated. Stabilizing an aerodynamically unstable aircraft requires immense computational power to process data in real time and make constant micro-adjustments. This is where America's expertise in supercomputing and advanced algorithms comes into play. The combination of these technologies makes the flying wing design not only feasible, but a natural progression for the next generation of fighters. The agility of such a fighter will be nothing short of extraordinary. To understand why, think of a pendulum. A heavy pendulum hanging upright is stable and hard to move, but flip it upside down and it becomes unstable, capable of reacting instantly to even the slightest push. This is the principle at work with an aerodynamically unstable airplane. It can change direction almost instantaneously, making it not just hard to hit, but nearly impossible to lock onto. The NGAD fighter, with its flying wing design, will combine near invisibility to radar with unmatched maneuverability. This technological leap will leave adversaries decades behind, cementing U.S. air dominance. It is more than a new aircraft. It is a statement of innovation and superiority, a bold vision of the future that only the most advanced engineering and technology can achieve. The engine of any fighter jet is more than just a mechanical marvel. It's the beating heart, the soul that powers its every maneuver and defines its edge on the battlefield. For the highly anticipated NGAD fighter, the engine is poised to be a game changer, taking innovation to unparalleled heights. Let's start with the benchmark, the F-22 Raptor, an icon of modern air dominance. This aircraft owes much of its superiority to its twin Pratt & Whitney F-119 turbofan engines, capable of producing a combined thrust of 70,000 pounds. With these beasts, the F-22 reaches blistering speeds of Mach 2.25, that's 2,414 kilometers per h, or 1,500 miles per hour, and can sustain supersonic flight without the need for afterburners, a feat known as supercruise. Add in its thrust vectoring nozzles, and you have an unmatched blend of speed, agility, and stealth. This is why it stands out against rivals like China's J-20 or Russia's Su-57. But the NGAD fighter is gearing up to leap far ahead, starting with its three-circuit turbofan engine. This cutting-edge design represents the next phase of propulsion technology, enhancing efficiency while drastically reducing the engine's thermal signature. Why is this important? Because a lower thermal signature means enemy infrared sensors, one of the primary ways to detect stealth fighters, will be virtually blind to it. Essentially, this engine will make the NGAD fighter a ghost in the skies. The real jaw-dropper, though, comes in the second phase of development, a combined engine that merges a conventional turbojet with a hypersonic air-breathing jet engine. This hybrid marvel will push the aircraft to Mach 3 using the turbojet mode before transitioning to hypersonic speeds exceeding Mach 5. At those velocities, you're looking at a machine capable of outrunning missiles and crossing continents faster than ever imagined. Such a design could redefine the strategic balance in air combat and global power projection. Developing this combined engine isn't science fiction, it's a reality that's already in the works. Giants like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and the UK-based Reaction Engines Limited are at the forefront, with flight tests planned for the mid-2030s. The possibilities are exhilarating, to say the least. But let's circle back to the three-circuit turbofan engine, which is more than just a propulsion system. According to declassified reports, this engine will also power directed energy weapons, including high-powered lasers. Imagine an aircraft that can shoot down incoming missiles or disable enemy systems mid-flight using concentrated beams of light. This isn't just the future of air combat. It's straight out of a sci-fi movie. In August 2023, Lockheed Martin made waves in the defense industry by announcing a remarkable milestone. It had successfully boosted the power of its laser weapon prototypes to an astounding 500 kilowatts. This achievement is part of the second phase of the high-energy laser, with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance project, marking a significant leap in the development of directed energy weapons. For context, that's a laser powerful enough to slice through drones, missiles, or any number of airborne threats with pinpoint precision. This isn't just a cool new tech trick. This kind of advancement has the potential to revolutionize modern warfare by offering a scalable, cost-effective alternative to traditional munitions. The new 500 kilowatts laser is designed to engage both offensive and defensive targets, giving military forces an edge in the increasingly high-tech world of warfare. While Lockheed Martin was making its headlines, Boeing wasn't far behind. In May 2023, the aerospace giant conducted its own groundbreaking test of an advanced tactical laser, another cutting-edge laser system, but this one was designed to engage ground targets. What sets Boeing's laser apart is its use of a chemical laser, which, though bulkier than newer tech, still packs an enormous punch. This laser was mounted on a C-130H transport aircraft and paired with a sophisticated tracking and targeting system to ensure accuracy. The test took place at the White Sands Desert Missile Range in New Mexico, where it successfully hit a remotely piloted armored vehicle. It was a momentous occasion because Boeing claimed that the laser-equipped aircraft could have the equivalent strike power of 130 attack helicopters. For comparison, each laser shot had the destructive force of a shell from a 105 mm howitzer. But the real promise of this technology lies in what comes next. Boeing has already announced that the chemical laser used in these tests is merely a stepping stone. The future of this laser weaponry lies in replacing the chemical laser with an electronic or light laser, which would be smaller, lighter, and far more efficient. This upgrade would drastically improve the aircraft's operational range, meaning it could engage targets from even farther away without sacrificing power or effectiveness. Picture a fighter jet flying miles above enemy territory, targeting and disabling incoming threats without ever releasing a single bullet. It's the kind of future that might sound like science fiction, but it's happening right now, with Boeing at the helm. What's more exciting is that these lasers aren't confined to experimental prototypes. They're actively shaping the future of military aviation, with the prospect of sixth-generation American fighter jets incorporating these lasers as a standard weapon system. Imagine the capabilities of a fighter jet that can not only engage air-to-air or air-to-ground targets with traditional missiles, but also deploy a high-energy laser capable of disabling enemy radar, missiles, and even drones, all in the blink of an eye. The advancements in laser weaponry are nothing short of thrilling. They promise not only to enhance military precision, but also to open up entirely new avenues for strategy and defense. The NGAD fighter's supremacy in the skies will not be limited to its advanced laser weaponry. Among its arsenal of game-changing technologies, hypersonic missiles are poised to play a critical role. Two groundbreaking programs are pushing the boundaries of what we know about hypersonic technology, and they will be key in enhancing the NGAD fighter's dominance in the skies. The first of these initiatives is Tactical Boost Glide, TBG, a project that brings together DARPA and the U.S. Air Force to develop a hypersonic glider capable of reaching incredible speeds of over Mach 5. This glider will be launched from an aerial platform, and once airborne, it will be able to strike heavily protected targets with devastating precision. The sheer speed and maneuverability of the TBG will make it almost impossible for traditional defense systems to intercept, giving the NGAD fighter a significant upper hand. Another critical development is the Hypersonic Air-Breathing Weapon Concept, HAWC, a program being jointly pursued by DARPA and Lockheed Martin. Unlike the TBG, which relies on a glider, the HAWC is focused on creating a hypersonic missile that uses air-breathing engines. The HAWC will not only travel at incredible speeds, but also can maneuver during flight. This capability makes it a highly effective weapon against mobile targets, such as aircraft, which have traditionally been difficult to target with conventional missiles. The long-range capabilities of the HAWC will allow the NGAD fighter to engage enemies from a distance, further extending its reach and dominance in the skies. But the NGAD fighter won't operate in isolation. It will be supported by a fleet of highly capable winged drones, which will be powered by artificial intelligence and equipped with advanced processors. These drones, often referred to as collaborative combat aircraft, will serve a variety of functions that enhance the effectiveness of the NGAD fighter. They will collect real-time data on enemy positions and environmental conditions, giving the fighter pilot critical situational awareness. In addition, these drones will be able to strike targets on their own, allowing the manned fighter aircraft to remain out of harm's way while still engaging enemies effectively. The drones will also play a defensive role by jamming enemy communication and control systems, making it harder for adversaries to coordinate and respond to attacks. With their stealth capabilities, these drones will be able to infiltrate enemy airspace undetected, delivering precise strikes while avoiding detection. The The Skyborg program, which is focused on the development of autonomous drones, is behind this remarkable leap forward. One of the most promising models emerging from this initiative is the XQ-58A Valkyrie, a drone with impressive specifications that include a length of 8.8 meters, a wingspan of 6.7 meters, and a top speed of 1,050 kilometers per hour, or Mach 0.85. The Valkyrie can fly up to altitudes of 13,700 meters and has a range of up to 3,900 kilometers, making it an ideal companion for the NGAD fighter. Since its first successful flight in March 2019, the Valkyrie has undergone extensive testing, and plans are in place to integrate it into U.S. Air Force systems. With its advanced capabilities, this drone will play an essential role in the NGAD fighter's operations, ensuring that the aircraft remains ahead of the curve in modern aerial combat. The American 6th-generation fighter introduces a groundbreaking leap in network centricity, taking the concept of connected combat to an entirely new level. While information exchange between military units has long been a standard feature, exemplified by the F-35, this new fighter is set to redefine how intelligence is gathered and acted upon in real time. What makes the NGAD fighter so remarkable is its ability to work in tandem with drones that infiltrate deep into enemy territory. These drones collect vital intelligence and send it back to the fighter, where the onboard artificial intelligence processes the data instantly. The system doesn't just receive raw footage, it makes quick, precise decisions. For example, a reconnaissance drone could send back 4K video of a hidden Iskander missile system buried in a dense forest. The AI would analyze the video, detect the camouflaged weapon, pinpoint its exact location, and direct a strike drone to neutralize it, all in a matter of seconds. The secret sauce behind this rapid, seamless exchange of information is Starlink, the global satellite network that has already proven its effectiveness in the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukrainian forces have relied on Starlink to coordinate operations and control drones over long distances. And now it's set to become the backbone of the 6th-generation fighter's advanced capabilities. Recognizing the immense potential of this fighter, the Pentagon is ordering 200 of these aircraft to ensure air dominance for the next 20 to 30 years. This fleet, combined with the high-tech B-21 bombers, will give the U.S. an unparalleled strategic advantage in any conflict. With this next-gen capability, America isn't just catching up, it's securing its place as the global leader in aerial warfare. Having been the first nation to develop a 5th-generation fighter, the U.S. is now once again leading the charge, this time with a 6th-generation aircraft that promises to redefine modern warfare. The future of air combat has arrived, and the United States is ready to take control. How will the rise of these 6th-generation fighters reshape the future of warfare? And can any nation keep up with the U.S. in this new era of combat? Let us know your opinion in the comments below. A new dawn of warfare is upon us. As evolution takes its course on the battlefield, new weapons of warfare have begun to dominate the world, showcasing characteristics that the world never imagined. With this new reality, Sweden has now unveiled a next-generation aircraft, pushing the boundaries of speed to levels never seen before. This remarkable fighter jet is designed to reach extraordinary velocities, setting a new standard in aviation. But what makes this aircraft special, and is Sweden also preparing to unveil its 6th-generation air fighter? Join us as we unveil the characteristics of this hidden Swedish aircraft that is believed to reach the speed of light in seconds. Although no aircraft has ever achieved or flown at the extraordinary speed of light, the Swedish Gripen stands out with its impressive speed and remarkable capabilities. Let us delve into its features. In the late 1970s, Sweden realized that they needed a much more sophisticated replacement for its aging Saab 35 Draken and Saab 37 Viggen jets. The Swedish Air Force had their desired capabilities in mind. They wanted an affordable Mach 2 aircraft that could take off and land on short, basic runways as part of the Bas 90 defense system, designed for use during an invasion. These runways were only 800 meters long and 17 meters wide. They also wanted the new jet to be smaller than the Viggen, but just as powerful, with improved range and payload capacity. Initial ideas included the Saab 38, which is a trainer and attack aircraft, and the A-20, a more advanced version of the Viggen. Sweden also considered buying foreign jets like the F-16 Fighting Falcon, F/A-18 Hornet, F-20 Tiger Shark, and Mirage 2000. In the end, they chose to design a brand new fighter jet with Saab. Fast forward to 1979, Sweden launched a study for a multi-role aircraft capable of JASSIS, which means air-to-air, attack, and spanning or reconnaissance. For these requirements, Saab proposed several designs, with Project 2105 emerging as the top choice, later evolving into Project 2110. To build the jet, the government created Industry Group in JS, a joint venture including Saab-Scania, LM Ericsson, Volvo Flygmotor, and others. The chosen design was a lightweight, single-engine jet with advanced fly-by-wire controls, canards, and an aerodynamically unstable design for better agility. The engine was the Volvo Flygmotor RM12, based on the General Electric F404, focusing on reducing weight and complexity. In June 1982, Sweden's parliament approved funding of 25.7 billion Swedish kroner for 5 prototypes and the first batch of 30 jets. By 1983, a Saab Viggen was converted into a test aircraft to trial the new avionics and controls. The jet was named Gripen through a public contest, inspired by the symbol in Saab's logo. This marked the beginning of a modern, versatile fighter jet that would become a cornerstone of Sweden's air defense. Now let's explore the capabilities of this sophisticated air fighter. The Gripen is a highly adaptable fighter jet designed to be light, quick, and packed with advanced technology. Its canard control surfaces lift the aircraft at all speeds, while the delta wing adds extra lift. This helps balance the rear stabilizer, which creates drag at high speeds. With its purposely unstable design and digital fly-by-wire controls, the Gripen is more maneuverable, has fewer restrictions, and experiences less drag. It is also built for short takeoffs and landings, with air brakes and downward tilted canards to help reduce landing distance. Designed for a long service life of around 50 years, the Gripen is easy to maintain. Its modular components, like the RM12 engine and PSO5/A radar, keep operating costs low and reliability high. The aircraft's design can easily be updated to incorporate new technology. About 67% of the Gripen's parts are sourced from Sweden or Europe, with the remaining 33% from the United States. Saab has focused on forming partnerships and technology transfer agreements with countries that buy the Gripen. This approach includes collaborating with local suppliers for parts, such as communications and electronic warfare systems, as seen with South Africa. Gripen customers also have access to the aircraft's source code, making it easier to upgrade and integrate new systems. Some nations, like Brazil, are even considering assembling the Gripen locally, with the possibility of Embraer producing the aircraft for other countries. Let's get into the designs that make it stand out amongst other fighter jets. The Gripen's flight controls are designed with the hands-on throttle and stick system, where the centrally mounted stick not only controls the aircraft, but also manages the cockpit displays and weapon systems. The aircraft uses a triplex digital fly-by-wire system for its flight controls, with a mechanical backup for the throttle. Pilots can access additional functions like communications and navigation through the upfront control panel located above the central cockpit display. The Gripen features a sophisticated EP-17 cockpit display system developed by Saab to improve situational awareness and reduce pilot workload by organizing information smartly. The aircraft also has sensor fusion capabilities, where data from onboard sensors is automatically analyzed and presented to the pilot through a wide-angle head-up display, 3 large multifunction color displays, and optionally a helmet-mounted display system. The 3 multifunction displays show different types of information. The central display handles navigation and mission data. The left one displays aircraft status and electronic warfare details, and the right shows sensor and fire control data. In the 2-seat versions, the rear seat display can be operated independently from the front seats. This is especially helpful during electronic warfare, reconnaissance missions, or command and control tasks. In 2010, Sweden upgraded its Gripens with new onboard computer systems and displays, with interchangeable displays designed for redundancy. If one fails, flight data can be shown on another. Saab, in collaboration with BAE, developed the Cobra helmet-mounted display system for the Gripen, based on the Stryker HMDS used on the Eurofighter. By 2008, the system was fully integrated into the aircraft and is available as an option for export customers. One advantage of the HMDS is that it allows pilots to control target cueing, view sensor data, and monitor flight parameters. It can also be equipped for night operations and includes chemical/biological filtration. The HMDS is designed for easy detachment to ensure safe ejection. As of January 2014, all Gripens in service are powered by the Volvo RM12 turbofan engine, a licensed version of the General Electric F404. This engine is designed for improved performance, reliability, and safety in single-engine use, with enhanced resistance to bird strikes. Changes to several subsystems also reduced maintenance needs. By November 2010, the Gripen had flown over 143,000 hours without any engine-related issues. A remarkable achievement. Rune Heyerfeldt from Volvo Aero remarked, "This must be a tough record to beat for a single-engine aircraft." How dangerous is the Gripen and what makes it feared in the skies? The Gripen is designed to carry a wide variety of weapons, in addition to its 27mm Mauser BK-27 cannon, which is not included in the two-seat versions. It can be equipped with air-to-air missiles like the AIM-9 Sidewinder, air-to-ground missiles like the AGM-65 Maverick, and anti-ship missiles such as the RBS-15. In 2010, after an upgrade, the Swedish Air Force's Gripens became compatible with newer weapons, including the long-range MBDA Meteor missile, the short-range Iris-T missile, and the GBU-49 laser-guided bomb. According to Saab's campaign director for India, Edvard de la Motte, customers have the flexibility to choose their weapon suppliers from places like Israel, Sweden, Europe, the US, or South America. While in the air, this aircraft can carry up to 6,500 kilograms of various armaments and equipment. This includes external sensor pods for tasks like reconnaissance and target designation, such as Rafael's Lightning Targeting Pod, Saab's Modular Reconnaissance Pod System, or Thales' Digital Joint Reconnaissance Pod. The Gripen also features an advanced electronic warfare suite that can operate undetected in passive mode or actively jam enemy radar. Additionally, it has a missile approach warning system to detect and track incoming threats. In 2013, Saab announced it would be the first to offer the Bright Cloud Active Jammer developed by Celex ES. In 2014, the Gripen successfully tested the enhanced survivability technology Modular Self-Protection Pod, a countermeasure against missiles. Saab calls the Gripen a swing role aircraft, meaning it can quickly switch between different roles with just the push of a button. When this happens, the system adjusts the human-machine interface to suit new situations and threats. The Gripen is also designed to work with various communication systems, including secure Saturn radio, Link 16, rover, and satellite uplinks. For long-range missions, the Gripen CD model includes equipment like an air-to-air refueling probe and an onboard oxygen generation system. The development of this aircraft wasn't without its challenges. Apart from the fact that developing the Gripen was a significant challenge for Sweden, critics of the earlier Viggen project also spoke up concerning its price and called it overly expensive, prompting political resistance to future military aircraft development. Despite opposition, the Gripen project narrowly passed in 1982, with final approval in 1993 under a fixed-price contract, later criticized for cost overruns. However, that's not all. There were early crashes recorded in 1989 and 1993 damaged public trust, sparking media scrutiny and calls for accountability. While the government supported the program, international marketing efforts faced corruption allegations involving BAE Systems and Saab, tarnishing Sweden's reputation. From the beginning, the Gripen's costs have been a key focus. While initial development costs totaled 1.84 billion euros, its operational cost was the lowest among modern fighters at $4,700 per flight hour. Also, maintaining 100 older models until 2024 was estimated at 60 billion Swedish kroner, while purchasing 60 Gripen EF would cost 90 billion Swedish kroner over 30 years, reflecting long-term affordability concerns. Moving on, during the Cold War, Sweden's military needed to be prepared for a potential invasion. To defend against this, they developed the Bas 90 system, which allowed combat aircraft to be quickly dispersed for defense. One of the Gripen's key design goals was to operate from short, snow-covered runways just 500 meters long. The aircraft could also be ready for takeoff in just 10 minutes, after a quick rearm, refuel, and routine checkup by a small team. For air-to-ground missions, it took about 20 minutes. A big focus during the design was making the Gripen easy to maintain. Many parts require little to no maintenance, and the aircraft uses a health and usage monitoring system to track performance and help technicians with servicing. Saab also runs a continuous improvement program, analyzing data to improve the Gripen. According to Saab, the Gripen has 50% lower operating costs than its best competitor. A 2012 study by Janes Aerospace and Defense Consulting confirmed that the Gripen had the lowest cost per flight hour of several modern fighter jets. It cost just $4,700 per hour, significantly less than the F-16 Block 40 and 50, which costs about 49% more at $7,000 per hour. In 2024, a study started to explore whether a Gripen could launch a small satellite into low Earth orbit, expanding on earlier research. While commercial airliners are typically used for this purpose, the Eurofighter Typhoon has also been considered for this task. Now, to the most interesting aspect of this video, is Sweden joining the race in building its sixth-generation aircraft? The simple answer is yes. Let's get into it. As NATO races to focus on next-generation fighter jets, Sweden, a new member of the alliance, is taking a step back to evaluate its future as a producer of warplanes. In 2022, Sweden paused its involvement in the Global Combat Air Program, a major European project led by the UK, Italy, and Japan, aiming to develop a sixth-generation fighter by 2035. Today, Sweden's leading aerospace company, Saab, has just signed a new contract with the Ministry of Defense to start conceptual studies on future fighter systems, basically beginning from scratch. Saab has already built a strong global presence with its Gripen aircraft, and now political leaders are hoping to use this expertise to strengthen NATO. On both sides of the Atlantic, new ideas for air power are emerging, shifting away from traditional fighter jets controlled by pilots. Instead, countries are exploring the possibility of a network of various flying machines at different altitudes that can work together seamlessly, overwhelming enemies with the push of a button. A key part of these plans is building a multinational industrial base capable of bringing them to life. For European nations, this means working together on important aviation technologies while keeping enough national expertise to handle future crises, a concern that's certainly top of mind for decision makers in Stockholm. According to Major General Jonas Wickman, head of the Swedish Air Force, speaking to Defense News, it's been a successful journey so far for Sweden's jet-making industry, and they are excited about what's next. He sees the new warplane studies as a step forward in figuring out Sweden's next moves. He also explained that these concept studies give Sweden the freedom to decide what fits them best and to invest in the capabilities that matter most to them. But will there be another program? Sweden's decision to take a moment and assess its needs has left the defense industry speculating about what the country's next steps will be. The future of Sweden's fighter aircraft program raises several possibilities. Could Stockholm rejoin the Global Combat Air Program through Saab? Might it join the Future Combat Air System led by France, Germany, and Spain? Or could it choose to develop its own fighter with other partners? Or simply acquire an existing one when needed? Major General Wickman stated that no decisions would be made until at least the beginning of the next decade, but assured that Swedish industry would play a role regardless of the path taken. According to Douglas Berry, a senior fellow at the International Institute for Strategic Studies, the emergence of a third European fighter program is unlikely due to the huge investments required. Instead, Sweden may look to join an existing collaboration to share the costs of research and development. The high costs of ambitious programs like GCAP and FCAS are a significant challenge, with life cycle expenses reaching tens of billions. For context, the UK has already committed $2.5 billion for GCAP's initial research phase, which is about 1/4 of Sweden's planned 2024 defense budget. Regardless of the decision, Sweden's leaders are likely to preserve the country's unique approach to combat aircraft. Justin Bronk, a senior research fellow at RUSI, believes that Sweden will stick to its strengths in areas like designing efficient, small airframes, incorporating advanced electronic warfare systems, and ensuring ease of maintenance. Just like everyone guessed, the Gripen fighter will remain the backbone of Sweden's Air Force for many years, with plans to use the latest version, the Gripen E, until 2060. Its successful design is expected to influence any future Swedish fighter projects. Peter Nielsen, head of Saab's advanced programs, highlighted key features such as easy upgradability, robustness for dispersed operations, and cost-effectiveness that will help shape the next fighter system. These traits align with Sweden's emergency plans, which require fighter jets to use roads as makeshift runways in times of crisis. At the Singapore Air Show in February, Mikael Franzen, Saab's chief marketing officer, explained that the Gripen CD would be kept in service longer than originally planned due to current threats. The CD versions are now expected to be retired between 2035 and 2040, ensuring Sweden's Air Force maintains readiness during rearmament. Currently, over 21 Gripen E models are in operation worldwide, with 35 more in production. Franzen also shared that under the Gripen E program, Saab has upgraded every system in the older CD models, including enhanced electronic warfare capabilities and the ability to carry 3 times more armaments. When it comes to developing a future fighter, Sweden doesn't plan to go it alone. Nielsen emphasized that Sweden has a long history of international collaboration and will continue to work with other countries. The ongoing studies with the Defense Ministry will help Swedish leaders make decisions about future fighter systems, focusing on technology analysis, partnership opportunities, logistics, and both digital and physical testing of new capabilities. Saab plans to explore a mix of manned and unmanned systems, as well as disruptive technologies. One of Saab's unique strengths is its focus on counter-stealth technology, which helps detect aircraft designed to avoid radar detection. At a recent air warfare conference, Jonas Gronberg, Saab's director of strategy for fighter aircraft, explained that as software and hardware for signals processing continue to evolve, stealth fighters will become more detectable by radar. He pointed out that older radar systems, particularly those operating at low frequencies, are better at spotting stealth aircraft due to their longer wavelengths. Sweden, like many other countries, is exploring the idea of adding a drone to work alongside Gripen fighters, even before a next-generation fighter is developed. This concept, known as the loyal wingman, involves an unmanned aircraft that can assist pilots during flight. These drones can take on tasks like attacking targets, gathering intelligence, or even acting as decoys. In 2022, Saab revealed its concept for a supersonic loyal wingman in an academic paper presented at the International Council of the Aeronautical Sciences in Stockholm. Although details about the technology are scarce, the concept was originally developed as part of Saab's involvement in the United Kingdom-led GCAP program. The loyal wingman was designed for combat with a low radar profile, capable of high speeds and long-range air-to-air missions. Meanwhile, Saab is preparing its team for the critical next-gen fighter study. The company has equipped its team with full fighter system capability and is actively hiring more engineers to support the project, according to Nielsen. Is artificial intelligence gradually taking over the role of humans in the military? This question has sparked a global debate as the United States, with the help of the DAPRA, advances in terms of technology and once again pushes the boundaries of what human thought was possible, an actual dogfight between artificial intelligence and trained military personnel. What was the outcome of this dogfight? Does it suggest a future where artificial intelligence becomes fully integrated into military operations worldwide? Join us as we explore the interesting ways America's new fighter jet would revolutionize the military world. According to the United States military, the first ever air combat between a human pilot and a fighter jet controlled by artificial intelligence has taken place in California. This groundbreaking test happened over Edwards Air Force Base, where 2 formidable F-16 fighter jets engaged in high-speed aerial combat, also known as dogfighting. The jets flew at speeds of up to 1,200 miles per hour and came within 600 meters of each other. One jet was flown by a human pilot, while the other was a modified F-16 called the X-62A or Vista, that is, Variable in-Flight Simulator Test Aircraft, equipped with advanced AI technology. The AI-powered jet that was involved in this combat relied on a process called machine learning, where it makes use of past data to make decisions in real time during the flight. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, a part of the United States Department of Defense, explained that this technology had been tested for years in ground simulators before being used in real flight. Back in 2020, AI agents had already defeated human pilots in all 5 simulated dogfights. But this test marked the first time the technology was used in an actual aerial scenario. During the flight, human pilots were on board the X-62A for safety reasons, ready to take control if needed. However, they never had to intervene, as the AI handled the entire test successfully. The exercise, conducted in September 2023 and revealed this week, is being described by DARPA as a transformational moment in aerospace history. However, the agency did not disclose which jet won the dogfight. U.S. Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall called the event a significant breakthrough in combat aviation, noting that the X-62A broke barriers that had been imagined for decades. He praised the team behind the AI-powered jet for achieving this milestone. Also, Colonel James Valpiani, a leader at the U.S. Air Force Test Pilot School, emphasized how dangerous dogfighting is and how AI could help reduce risks in such complex scenarios. He stated that this successful demonstration could build trust in using AI for other challenging applications. Valpiani also highlighted that the X-62A is not just advancing technology, but is also preparing future leaders in test aviation, proving that AI can be both safe and reliable. The use of artificial intelligence in military operations has become an important and widely discussed topic, and it's quite obvious that AI offers enormous potential to help U.S. soldiers and enhance their missions. Over the past year, there have been major advances in AI, especially in areas like generative AI, which can create new content, solve problems, and adapt to new challenges. However, as these tools become available to the public, they also become accessible to U.S. adversaries. This creates new risks and forces the U.S. military to adapt quickly to counter these threats. To stay ahead, the military must continue to advance its AI capabilities and stay at the forefront of technology. AI is rapidly evolving, with new applications and uses emerging all the time, making it difficult to keep up with all the ways it can improve military operations. The growing importance of AI means that future military power will not rely solely on the size of an army or the number of weapons, but on the effectiveness of AI algorithms. As AI becomes more crucial, it is essential to look at how the U.S. military is currently using AI and explore how it might use this technology in the future. By staying ahead in AI development, the U.S. military can maintain its technological edge and ensure national security in a world where technology increasingly shapes the battlefield. Artificial intelligence has seen impressive advancements in recent years, gaining widespread attention. One of the most notable developments is in natural language processing, which allows people to interact with machines using everyday language instead of technical coding. These AI systems are becoming increasingly accurate and fluent, enabling them to generate customized text or images with ease. Similarly, breakthroughs in computer vision have improved the analysis of images and videos, while advancements in AI decision-making and autonomous systems are opening up new possibilities. These achievements present significant opportunities for expanding AI's role in military operations. The U.S. military has been using AI for many years, long before it became a part of everyday civilian life. Over time, AI has evolved to handle more complex tasks, often reducing the need for human input while still requiring oversight. From analyzing massive amounts of data to simulating combat scenarios, AI has become an integral part of military operations. There is no doubt that the usage of artificial intelligence would revolutionize military operations and improve everything from mission planning and troop transport to training and medical care. To fully benefit from this technology, AI systems must be carefully designed and implemented to suit the tasks they are meant to perform, ensuring they operate effectively and responsibly. In warfare, AI has already started to reshape systems such as weapons, sensors, navigation tools, aviation support, and surveillance. By reducing reliance on human operators, these technologies lower the risk of human error and allow personnel to focus on other critical tasks. AI-driven systems are also more efficient and often require less maintenance. Recent updates to the Pentagon's autonomous weapons policy reflect advancements in AI and emphasize the need for safe, ethical, and effective deployment. A dedicated team now oversees the development of these technologies to ensure they meet rigorous standards. Drone swarms are one of the most exciting military applications of AI. These swarms are inspired by the collective behavior of insects, such as bees. Just as bees communicate details about food sources with their hive, drones in a swarm share information about targets, terrain, and potential threats. This allows them to act independently while working toward a shared goal. Because of their ability to quickly exchange and act on critical information, drone swarms are more effective than single drones and have become valuable tools in training, simulations, and real-world missions. AI is also proving invaluable in strategic decision-making. By analyzing vast amounts of data from multiple sources, it can help military leaders make quick and informed decisions under pressure. Its ability to process information rapidly and neutralize some human biases is a major advantage. However, AI systems still lack a full understanding of ethical principles, making human oversight essential. Military leaders provide ethical judgment and situational awareness, while AI contributes speed and precision. Together, they can navigate high-stress situations more effectively. Generative AI enhances this process further by identifying patterns, connections, and implications within large data sets. It can present insights in conversational formats or simulate different scenarios, helping leaders evaluate options more thoroughly. While AI offers valuable support, human oversight ensures that its insights align with ethical standards, national security objectives, and real-world conditions. The integration of AI into military decision-making requires careful planning. Protecting classified data, addressing biases, and ensuring compliance with regulations and ethical guidelines are essential. By using AI to support rather than replace human decision-making, the military can leverage this technology to enhance efficiency and effectiveness while maintaining the principles that guide its operations. With proper safeguards and collaboration between humans and AI, the future of military strategy is set to become faster, smarter, and more adaptable. Military training simulation software has been a key tool for the U.S. Army for years, offering soldiers a way to prepare for combat without facing real-life risks. Essentially, it's like a virtual war game, designed to teach soldiers how to handle combat systems and situations they might encounter during operations. These digital training tools combine advanced technologies like systems engineering, computer science, and software development to create realistic scenarios that help soldiers learn critical skills. This type of software isn't just about combat. It can simulate a wide range of scenarios, from mathematical models to strategies for non-combat missions, ensuring soldiers are ready for a variety of real-life challenges. Soldiers can practice complex missions and tasks in a safe, controlled environment, gaining valuable experience without the dangers of live training. By exposing them to these realistic scenarios, the software helps soldiers build confidence, improve teamwork, and make better decisions under pressure. Generative AI is taking military training to the next level. AI-powered systems can analyze vast amounts of information from training manuals, past combat experiences, and intelligence data to create customized training materials like quizzes, study guides, and even new scenarios. Using natural language processing, AI can answer soldiers' questions and explain concepts much like a human instructor. It can also assess individual performance and provide tailored lessons to help soldiers improve where they need it most. For commanding officers, AI offers valuable insights by identifying areas where trainees might be struggling, making it easier to adjust the training accordingly. This brings us to a very important question. Would AI totally take over from humans? While AI offers significant advantages, human instructors remain equally essential. AI-generated materials need to be reviewed by human experts to ensure they are accurate and unbiased. Instructors should still design the overall training program, using AI as a tool to enhance the process. By combining the efficiency and precision of AI with the judgment and experience of human teachers, military training programs can become more effective and personalized than ever before. One instance of advanced AI applications in military training is Sentient Digital's naval wargaming simulation, Fleet Emergence. This advanced system uses large language models and adaptive computing infrastructure to create detailed, realistic scenarios. The AI generates lifelike communications and responds to situations in ways that mimic real adversaries. Such innovations provide a more immersive and practical training experience, preparing soldiers to think critically and adapt to unexpected challenges. Combat simulation offers another significant advantage: safety. Live training exercises with real weapons carry inherent risks, and accidents can result in serious injuries or fatalities. Virtual simulations eliminate those dangers, allowing soldiers to practice using lifelike replicas of their weapons, navigate high-stress situations, and work collaboratively with their teams, all without putting their lives at risk. These simulations not only save lives, but also reduce costs and time, as they are more efficient and scalable than traditional training methods. AI-powered simulations also help create personalized training plans and provide unbiased evaluations of soldiers' performance. This allows for continuous improvement of training programs, ensuring that soldiers receive the most effective preparation possible. Innovative AI tools like Sentient Digital's Strat Agent, which acts as a virtual battlefield commander, are paving the way for even more advanced combat simulations. By offering realistic, adaptable training environments, AI is helping the military prepare soldiers for the challenges of modern warfare while saving lives, time, and resources. AI is also making huge strides in monitoring threats and improving situational awareness. Unmanned systems, whether remotely controlled or pre-programmed, rely on AI to gather and analyze information. These systems can provide valuable insights during reconnaissance missions, enabling defense personnel to respond quickly to emerging threats. Whether it's drones scanning hostile areas or AI systems tracking potential dangers in real time, these tools are reshaping modern warfare. In cybersecurity, this advanced technology plays a crucial role in defending against increasingly sophisticated attacks. Military systems, even those heavily secured, can be targets for hackers seeking to steal classified information or sabotage operations. AI can protect sensitive data by identifying unusual activity and blocking unauthorized access. It also learns from patterns of past cyber attacks, allowing it to develop better defenses over time. AI-powered systems can even detect the subtle signs of malware before it infiltrates a network, safeguarding critical infrastructure. While generative AI can analyze vast amounts of data to identify potential threats and predict future risks, it also presents challenges, as attackers could misuse this technology for social engineering or crafting sophisticated malware. To counter this, military forces must continually update their defense strategies and training programs, ensuring they stay one step ahead in the evolving cybersecurity landscape. AI isn't just limited to combat and cybersecurity, it's also transforming military transportation. Moving ammunition, supplies, and troops efficiently is vital for mission success, and AI streamlines these logistics. It can calculate the best routes for vehicles based on current conditions, reducing costs and improving performance. AI can also identify potential issues in fleets before they become problems, enhancing reliability. With advancements in autonomous driving technology, self-driving military vehicles could become a reality, offering even greater efficiency and safety. AI's growing role in the military comes with both opportunities and challenges. While it enhances capabilities like target recognition, threat monitoring, cybersecurity, and transportation, it also requires careful oversight. By combining AI's speed and precision with human judgment and ethical decision-making, military forces can maximize its benefits while minimizing risks. But that's not all. The benefit of artificial intelligence doesn't stop there. What other areas would AI be beneficial to the military sector? In high-pressure situations like the battlefield, soldiers and medics often have to make quick, life-or-death decisions. AI can assist them in these critical moments, especially when a fellow service member is injured and needs urgent care. The battlefield is a dangerous place where obstacles make it tough to provide medical treatment to the wounded. AI can help by analyzing the situation quickly and offering advice on the best course of action. This advice can help soldiers and medics make decisions based on data and analysis, rather than on emotional reactions in the heat of the moment. As AI technology becomes even more sophisticated, its importance in the military will only grow. However, it is essential to understand not just its potential benefits, but also the risks and ethical concerns it brings, especially in areas like autonomous weapons. The Pentagon's recent updates to its autonomous weapon policies highlight the Department of Defense's efforts to ensure AI is used responsibly and effectively to advance U.S. military goals. By addressing these challenges, the military can fully leverage AI's transformative potential while safeguarding security and ethical standards. As mentioned earlier, it's important to remember that AI can't make these decisions on its own. AI doesn't understand the emotional and human factors that come into play in life or death situations. Its role is to assist, not replace human judgment. The AI uses complex algorithms and access to a large database of medical trauma cases, which include information on diagnoses, vital signs, medications, treatments, and outcomes. It processes this data, along with new information entered by the medical team, to offer recommendations, warnings, and potential treatment options. Despite this advanced technology, human oversight is essential. AI can suggest options without emotional bias, but it is up to humans to decide what action to take. Medics and soldiers must consider the emotional and contextual factors of each situation, such as the severity of the injury and the immediate needs of the patient, while using AI's suggestions as a helpful guide. While AI can quickly analyze and present medical information, it is ultimately humans who make the final call, using their emotional understanding and critical thinking to ensure that the best possible care is given in the toughest of circumstances. AI isn't qualified to make medical decisions on its own, but it plays a vital role in providing the most up-to-date and relevant information. This allows soldiers and medics to act quickly, confidently, and with better knowledge, making a huge difference when time is of the essence. By working alongside AI, humans can be empowered to make informed decisions while still relying on their emotional intelligence and expertise to navigate the complexities of battlefield medicine. Speaking of advancement in technology, NGAD, the United States' sixth-generation aircraft, is also making use of the benefits that come with AI. The program is planned as a group of systems that includes both manned and unmanned aircraft working closely together. This teamwork is designed to give the U.S. Air Force unmatched air power, helping it stay ahead of new threats. The NGAD fighter jet will feature the latest technology, such as advanced stealth, powerful weapons, and the ability to perform in the toughest combat zones. But that's not all. The Air Force's rapidly advancing sixth-generation stealth fighter jet is set to revolutionize military aviation with groundbreaking AI capabilities. It will excel in areas like sensing, computing, weapon integration, and networking, while also enabling pilots to control drones directly from the cockpit. General David Alvin, the U.S. Air Force Chief of Staff, highlighted the Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program, which focuses on unmanned systems designed to work alongside these fighters. Speaking at the Reagan Defense Forum, Alvin emphasized the importance of AI in shaping the future of warfare, particularly in human-machine teamwork. He stated that the future will rely on human-machine collaboration to maximize performance and operate at incredible speeds. For a sixth-generation fighter jet, several key features are essential, including advanced AI for targeting, long-range sensors, and high precision. A top-performing sixth-generation fighter would need to combine these elements to detect and destroy targets from a distance without being spotted itself. It should also connect seamlessly with command centers, drones, other jets, ground vehicles, and satellites to gather and process crucial information quickly. While speed and maneuverability are important, the standout features of a sixth-gen fighter will likely be its advanced sensors, networking capabilities, AI computing, and precise weapons guidance. South Korea is making waves in the global defense scene with its new ambitious supercarrier project. Designed to rival some of the most advanced naval forces in the world, including China's growing fleet, this state-of-the-art carrier represents a bold move in the power struggle for dominance in the Asia-Pacific. But how does it stack up against China's formidable navy? And what makes this supercarrier so revolutionary? Join us as we dive into the cutting-edge features of South Korea's naval powerhouse and its potential to reshape the balance of power in the region. South Korea has been working on plans for a new kind of ship called the CBX, a class of aircraft carriers meant for the Republic of Korea Navy ROKN. You might have heard it referred to as the LPX-2 before its name changed. The CBX is a step forward from South Korea's previous Dokdo-class amphibious assault ships, which were mainly designed to help soldiers and vehicles land on shores. Unlike the Dokdo ships, the CBX is being designed to operate aircraft, like fighter jets and helicopters, making it more like the traditional aircraft carriers used by bigger navies around the world. The idea for the CBX was officially announced in South Korea's 2020 to 2024 midterm defense plan, which was made public in December 2020. Back then, the project even got funding to get things started. However, when a new presidential administration took office in 2022, they didn't seem as interested in building the ship. Therefore, the CBX project has not been funded in the 2023 and 2024 defense budgets of South Korea. At the moment, it is unknown if this carrier will continue or remain as a proposition only. The CBX is a component of a broader push by South Korea to develop what it refers to as a blue water navy, essentially to develop a navy that can operate a great distance from shore and in distant seas around the globe. In South Korea, the development of this concept began in 2001. They have already done well with impressive vessels such as Dokdo-class amphibious assault ships, Sejong the Great-class destroyers, KDX-3, Chungmu-gong Yisunsin-class destroyers, and the Incheon-class frigates, and also with their state-of-the-art submarines such as Type 214. But why does South Korea want a navy that can operate far out at sea? That is, a lot depends on placement and its neighbors. South Korea is situated between two powerful countries, China and Japan. The two countries are developing their fleets of ships and, for example, aircraft carriers. For instance, the Hyuga-class helicopter carriers and the Izumo-class vessels of Japan, among others, are now equipped with the ability to carry fighters. In contrast, the People's Republic of China Navy is currently using two aircraft carriers, Liaoning and Shandong, and it intends to have a third, Fujian, soon. Based on these advances, South Korea views the CBX as a means to keep in stride with its neighbors and to maintain the capability to safeguard its interests in the marine environment. In various senses, CBX is a kind of major leap for South Korea. If it is built, it would demonstrate the country's ability to build advanced naval technology and maintain its presence in world waters. However, for the time being, the future of the CBX project is still ambiguous. The only thing to be seen is whether or not the government will decide it is worth the expense. At the end of 2020, South Korea accelerated its CBX aircraft carrier plans. This was a response to the expanding naval competition in nearby countries such as China and Japan. To deliver the ship 1 year ahead of schedule, the South Korean Navy anticipated a faster pace of design and development of CBX. However, this also meant they needed to fast-track the process of acquiring F-35B fighter jets, the advanced aircraft the CBX is designed to carry. Back in February 2021, it was estimated that work on the CBX would begin in 2022 to complete it by the year 2030. On June 2021, during the MIDEX trade fair in South Korea, the project received international attention. Shipbuilding industry company Fincantieri of Italy entered into a cooperation agreement with Daewoo Shipbuilding Marine Engineering, popularly known as DSME, the top South Korean shipbuilder. This collaboration was established based on the need for South Korea to learn from Fincantieri's know-how in the construction of high-tech naval ships, guaranteeing that the CBX's design would comply with international standards. Even with these advances, the CBX program encountered problems after the new conservative government, led by President Yoon Suk Yeol, came to power in 2022. The incoming power voiced skepticism towards the need for the project. Thus, the CBX was not included in the 2023 and 2024 defense budgets of South Korea. Although the program is still one of the country's midterm defense blueprints, 2024 to 2028, experts have explicitly communicated that its future is contingent on the outcomes of further research and analysis. One of the unique features of the CBX is its form, which differentiates it from its alleged predecessor, the Dokdo-class vessels. Unlike the Dokdo ships, which included a good deck for carrying and launching amphibious assault vehicles, the CBX will not have this feature. Instead, the focus will be on aircraft operations. The ship's interior will be used to store and maintain aircraft with a focus on the aircraft carrier role rather than the amphibious assault ship role. The flight deck is one of those special features of the CBX design. On the other hand, instead of a ski jump ramp, which is a typical facility on aircraft carriers flown by countries such as the UK and India, the CBX possesses an axial flight deck, the same type of decks that are employed by the US Navy for their latest and top-tier carriers. This decision is made to perform operating support for the F-35B fighters. Among the unique design features of the CVX, 2 islands will be provided on the deck of the CVX, an exceptional characteristic among global aircraft carriers. This twin-island configuration has probably been developed given the UK Queen Elizabeth-class carriers. Due to its work on the Queen Elizabeth program produced by the British defense company Babcock International, which in turn provided technical advice to the CVX project, it would not be out of place to use this new design. The CVX will also have domestic state-of-the-art technology. The South Korean government has now declared the ship will house sophisticated sensors and weaponry developed in the country. Multi-role radar MFR will be installed to develop ballistic missile defense BMD, and the same multi-role radar system is to be applied to the next-generation KDDX-class destroyers. The idea of South Korea building its aircraft carrier has sparked a lively debate across the country. This debate has been particularly fierce in Busan, where shipbuilding, which would be most likely to build the carrier, is also headquartered. The proposal has elicited equally strong and negative opinions, from fervent applause to utter skepticism. Second, perhaps the most powerful argument for why South Korea should invest in an aircraft carrier is the increasing pressure from China's aggressive moves in the South China Sea. China has long aimed to assert control over this strategic artery, the main oil route from the Gulf of Persia to East Asian democracies Japan, the Republic of Korea, and the Republic of China. If China gains full control of the South China Sea, it could potentially use this leverage to disrupt the flow of oil and other resources to these nations under the guise of fabricated justifications. This possibility raises alarms because it's not just about military strategy, it's about economic survival. The South China Sea isn't particularly rich in easily extractable natural resources, nor are its small islands and sandbars inherently valuable. Specifically, the real gain for China is the right to the sea lanes that sustain regional energy security. If Beijing establishes its hold with a sufficient number of bases and assets, it might leverage blockades or embargoes as instruments of pressure. This situation highlights the reasons why countries like South Korea could invest in an aircraft carrier able to conduct power projection outside of their frontiers. Does South Korea have the capacity to apply such a fundamental change in its geopolitical paradigm? To construct an aircraft carrier is to decide on a new stepping stone in military and geopolitical interactions, which extends beyond the Korean Peninsula. It would be necessary for South Korea to seriously consider expanding its reach southwards, in tension with maritime dominion by China within the first island chain, and working with Japan, which is threatened similarly and which already has a larger navy. Although this may serve to fortify interstate security, it is a substantial step forward for a country that has historically concentrated its foreign policy concerns on matters affecting the peninsula from a peninsula to mainland perspective. During the outgoing Moon Jae-in administration, it was rumored that the pursuit of an aircraft carrier was largely motivated by an arms race with Japan rather than by a well-defined strategic direction plan. Japan has been building its aircraft carriers, and there's a perception in South Korea that these ships might be used to project power near Dokdo, the disputed islets claimed by both countries. If South Korea's push to build an aircraft carrier is primarily aimed at countering Japan's naval strength or making a bold statement, the logic seems questionable. Such a rationale lacks clear strategic coherence and risks becoming more symbolic than practical. To that end, it needs to give a thoughtful second look at whether an aircraft carrier is part of a bigger military strategy. Is the top priority to strengthen its ability to counter North Korea, or to react to new threats such as China's increasing role in the area? These are deep issues worthy of thoughtful deliberation rather than snap judgments generated by regional aspirations or even nationalistic fervor. For now, the debate continues. Although the prospect of South Korea joining the ranks of aircraft carrier-owning nations is a compelling one, this should be framed by Dibley's stated long-term goals that fit within the national security or economic ambitions of South Korea. Failing to properly align stakeholders to these new priorities risks turning them into an expensive mission whose result fails to deliver the portfolio vision that it has been claimed would do. In Shanghai, a massive battleship, the Fujian, slowly went out to sea for the first time. For those who saw it from the beach, it wasn't just any sailing ship, it was a benchmark in China's rising push to redefine naval dominance. Built over more than 6 years at the Jiangnan shipyard, the Fujian is not only China's largest and most advanced aircraft carrier, but also a symbol of the nation's aspirations to rival the world's top naval forces. The Fujian is about to undergo its first sea trials, which is an important stage of ship operational life, during which all elements of the structure are tested to verify their ability to perform reliably under real-world conditions. The trials, which are planned to be carried out in the East China Sea, approximately 130 kilometers from the yard, will be to assess the ship's propulsion, electrical systems, etc. These are the foundation of any carrier's operation by dictating the reliability that it can achieve in moving, powering the sophisticated onboard systems, and sustaining its crew. State-run media outlet Xinhua reports that the carrier has already made substantial progress. After its launch in 2022, it has been through numerous mooring tests and has checked a long list of changes on its hardware. The sea trials represent the next major step to guarantee the operational readiness of Fujian. The Fujian is a behemoth among China's naval ships, larger than the Shandong and Liaoning, which are both at 66,000 and 60,000 respectively in terms of their metric tonnage. Thus, apart from the U.S. Navy, no other nation has employed a fleet larger than the Fujian carriers, which are defined as vessels with displacement of more than 65,000 tons. This platform places China in the very exclusive club of countries capable of shipping Tier 1 carrier strike force assets. The size cannot be the only thing that makes Fujian special. There is also the technological content it brings. In contrast to the legacy Chinese carriers' vessels using a ski jump launcher system, the Fujian has an electromagnetic catapult launcher system. The modern version of the feature enables it to refurbish heavier and more powerful aircraft with increased payload and extended ranges. Analysts think this will allow the Fujian to gain a considerable combat advantage by allowing aircraft to be able to go for farther distances and carry greater numbers of weapons than before. According to John Bradford, an international affairs specialist of the Council on Foreign Relations, sea trials are a watershed moment for the People's Liberation Army-Navy plan. This is China's entrance into an elite club, he said, explaining the limited number of countries with world-class carrier capabilities. For example, Carl Schuster, a retired U.S. Navy captain, pointed out that this change also reflects a change in China's naval strategy. These trials are more than just a technical exercise, he added. They are to demonstrate to China how that can be done from the sea, for air power projection ranges well into the waters. The notion that blue water can be achieved by conducting its operations in the open sea, very far from the coast of a country, is a game-changer for China. Fujian's capabilities for both mobile and launching heavier, more heavily armed aircraft means it could in theory dictate conflicts and power dynamics in various parts of the world, and not just from a regional perspective. As a country that has been concerned with its surrounding seas only, this is a total transformation of its naval interests. To many observers, the Fujian is a clear signal that China is serious about competing with the United States, whose navy remains the largest and most advanced in the world. For some, it represents the progress made by China in its efforts to modernize its armed forces and project its power on the international scene. This is more than just a ship, it's a statement. Regardless of whether it keeps pace or begets setbacks, the Fujian will drive the discourse on naval power for the foreseeable future. For the present, the world is watching while China's most massive carrier sets sail on the uncharted sea. South Korea has a dilemma whether to go ahead with a light aircraft carrier known as CVX or to aim higher, to go for a medium-sized aircraft carrier that might bring more benefits. This possibility was brought to light when on the 19th of September, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Kim Sung-kyum, spoke at a National Defense Committee meeting. His pronouncements have rekindled the interest and controversy around where South Korea's naval ambitions will be headed next. General Kim explained that the military is exploring the option of developing a larger aircraft carrier, but only if South Korea can create its carrier-capable fighter jet. The concept is based on converting the national KF-21 fighter jet to a naval version which could be based on the deck of the aircraft carrier. This possible upgrade has moved the discussion from the relatively small CVX design to a more general version. General Kim has not ruled out the possibility of moving away from the CVX to a medium-sized carrier, despite the need for major changes. The KF-21's current limitations in vertical takeoff and landing make a shift in the military paradigm. The new presidential administration in South Korea has high barriers to the plan, but it is not giving up the idea of creating an aircraft carrier. They stated that they wanted to ensure major defense assets were designed to respond adequately to future threats. This conservative view is in line with the government's general strategy to ensure that its investments are consistent with the rapidly changing security situation in the field. Critics, however, have been vocal. Some accuse the administration of sidelining the CVX project simply to distance itself from the policies of former President Moon Jae-in, who had championed the program. Others argue that a light carrier like the CVX wouldn't be enough to address the region's growing naval threats, calling it a sitting duck compared to the capabilities of larger carriers. In South Korea, a carrier is defined as an aircraft carrier which has a displacement of over 60,000 tons, which of course is much larger than the 30,000-ton CVX. This bigger size would allow the carrier to support more aircraft and advanced systems, making it a stronger competitor against the naval powerhouses of China and Japan. Some support the medium-rung carrier, who maintain that the increasing pressure in the area requires a much stronger response. China and Japan are both expanding their fleets, with China already deploying 2 carriers and a third in the pipeline. A bigger carrier would allow South Korea a much stronger footprint in international waters, so it could uphold its interest in the face of growing regional competition. Everybody, including the Minister of National Defense, Lee Jong-sup, has given their opinion. He reportedly acknowledged the utility of a light aircraft carrier, but emphasized that the decision to proceed hinges on the development of domestic aircraft that can operate effectively at sea. The controversy surrounding CVX is just one part of a broader discussion of Korea's role as a naval power. Although several people regard the project as a necessary precursor to modernizing the military and improving its power projection, some consider it to be a wasteful investment or an inadequate response to threats in the region. The prospect of a medium-sized carrier has introduced another dimension to this question. Construction of a larger ship would take up more time, money, and means to achieve, however. It would also allow South Korea to become one of the major navies active in global naval operations. South Korea is considering the acquisition of a larger carrier, or a CVX, to enhance its naval capabilities. The USS Theodore Roosevelt, a nuclear-propelled aircraft carrier, visited the country for a trilateral military exercise with South Korea and Japan, known as Freedom Edge. The exercise is part of a wider military cooperation between the 3 countries, following recent unsettling events, including a trade agreement between North Korea and Russia. South Korea is considering delivering arms to Ukraine in response to the Russian invasion, which could impact its relations with Moscow. The exercise aims to improve military preparedness and promote deterrence. Following the United States presidential election, the Russo-Ukrainian war takes an unexpected turn. In the midst of the chaos, Ukraine has made an unprecedented move against Russia with its $500 million fighter jet that is equipped with the most lethal capabilities in the world. And as the world stands to observe this major change, several questions are being asked. What are the capabilities of this new fighter, and what impact would it have on this major war? Join us as we explore the capabilities of Ukraine's $500 million fighter jet that was recently tested against Russia. Over the past year, Ukraine and Russia have closely followed the United States election, with Ukraine's leaders clearly preferring Trump not to win. Since Russia's invasion in February 2022, Ukrainian officials have expressed concern over Trump's remarks, including his claim to CNN that he could end the war in 24 hours. Many in Ukraine believe Trump has a closer relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin than he admits. As Trump's strong performance in the election became evident, Ukraine came to terms with the likelihood that his re-election would push it into negotiations. However, with Russia gradually taking more Ukrainian territory, Ukraine recognized that it would enter any talks from a position of growing weakness. In response, Ukraine made a bold decision to launch a military offensive, breaking through Russian lines to seize part of Russia's territory in Kursk with their new fleet of F-16 bolstering their defense system. The first group of long-awaited F-16 fighter jets arrived in Ukraine, according to Lithuania's foreign minister and a U.S. official. Ukraine had sought these jets, made by Lockheed Martin, to strengthen its weakened air force. The air fighters are valued for their firepower and wide availability. They are equipped with a 20-millimeter cannon and can carry bombs, rockets, and missiles. The F-16s are far more advanced than Ukraine's older jets when it comes to hitting ground targets. Equipped with laser-guided bombs, they can strike enemy positions with incredible accuracy. These jets also allow Ukraine to attack from farther away and at faster speeds, flying at twice the speed of sound and hitting targets over 500 miles away. This makes them highly effective at breaking through Russia's ground defenses. The F-16s also feature advanced electronics and radars that give them a huge advantage. The upgraded AN/APG-66 radar, for instance, can detect targets more than 60 miles away, almost like having super sight in the sky. These systems make the jets more efficient in combat and better able to survive in dangerous airspace. Another big advantage is their ability to carry a wide range of weapons. They're armed with a powerful M61A1 Vulcan rotary cannon capable of firing over 500 rounds and come with advanced navigation and targeting pods to ensure pinpoint accuracy. These features make the F-16s a game changer, giving Ukraine a much-needed boost in both defense and attack capabilities. The F-16s are incredibly versatile and can carry a variety of weapons for different missions. They can be equipped with up to 4 rocket pods, like the LAU-61 or LAO-5003, and up to 6 air-to-air missiles such as the AIM-9 Sidewinder, perfect for taking down enemy aircraft. For ground attacks, they can carry up to 6 air-to-surface missiles, like the AGM-65 Maverick, or even 4 anti-ship missiles, such as the AGM-84 Harpoon, designed to target enemy vessels. Additionally, they can hold up to 12 bombs, including the powerful B-83 nuclear bomb. One of the F-16's biggest advantages is how user-friendly it is, especially compared to older Soviet-made jets. This is vital for Ukraine, where training pilots quickly is a major challenge. The F-16's controls are intuitive and well-designed, making it easier for pilots to focus on the mission rather than struggling with complex systems. The controls are logically placed, allowing pilots to react quickly even under intense pressure. This user-friendly design gives Ukrainian pilots a clear advantage, helping them make faster decisions and stay aware of their surroundings during combat. With these features, the F-16s are not just powerful but also practical tools for the conflict. The F-16 was designed differently from most other fighter jets by being intentionally slightly unstable, a feature known as relaxed static stability, while most planes are designed to return to a stable flight position. If the pilot lets go of the controls, this stability reduces maneuverability and creates more drag. This airfighter, however, is made to be less stable to improve its agility, allowing it to fly faster and more easily change direction. At higher speeds, like Mach 1, the plane naturally becomes more stable. To manage this instability, the F-16 uses a fly-by-wire system, meaning it has no mechanical link between the pilot's controls and the aircraft's surfaces. Instead, a computer system controls the plane's movements. This system makes thousands of measurements per second to ensure the plane stays on the correct path, adjusting automatically when needed. It also has limiters to prevent dangerous situations, such as the plane flying at too steep an angle or pulling too many Gs, which could cause a crash. In certain extreme conditions, like sharp turns at low speed, the F-16 can enter a deep stall, where it falls rapidly with the nose pitched up or down. The plane's systems will try to recover, but the pilot can override them to regain control. The F-16's control system was a revolutionary step forward in aviation, replacing traditional mechanical systems with electrical ones. This earned the F-16 its nickname, the electric jet, and led pilots to say, "You don't fly an F-16, it flies you." If one of the flight control channels fails, the system can still function with just 3, allowing the plane to remain controllable even in difficult situations. The F-16's cockpit is designed with the pilot's visibility and comfort in mind. Its one-piece, bird-proof bubble canopy offers an incredible 360-degree view, giving pilots a clear sight of their surroundings. Unlike older planes, it lacks a forward bow frame, so there's nothing blocking the forward view. The seat is raised and tilted back at a unique 30-degree angle, which helps pilots handle high G-forces better and accommodates taller individuals. However, this angle has occasionally caused neck discomfort for some pilots. For emergencies, the entire canopy is jettisoned before the ejection seat fires, since the thick canopy doesn't have built-in brakers. Pilots control the jet using a side-mounted stick on the armrest and a throttle instead of the traditional center stick. Many essential functions are grouped into HOTAS, or hands-on throttle and stick controls, making it easier to manage the aircraft during intense maneuvers. The side stick originally didn't move, but pilots found it hard to use, so a slight play was added for better control. The F-16 also has a head-up display that projects important flight and combat data in front of the pilot, allowing them to stay focused on their surroundings. Additional information, like radar, maps, and engine stats, appears on multifunction displays. Early models used black and white screens, but newer versions feature color displays. Upgrades also added night vision compatibility and the advanced joint helmet-mounted cueing system, which lets pilots aim weapons just by looking at a target, even outside the HUD's range. These features make the F-16 cockpit a high-tech, efficient, and pilot-friendly environment. The F-16 is packed with advanced radar and propulsion technologies that have evolved over the years to enhance its performance. The original F-16A/B came with the Westinghouse AN/APG-66 radar, which was compact to fit its small nose. It could detect targets at various altitudes and operate in both clear and cluttered environments, using multiple frequencies for different combat modes, even at night or in bad weather. Upgrades like the APG-66V2 improved its power, range, and ability to work in tough environments. Later models introduced the APG-68 with a greater range, better resolution, and features like ground mapping, tracking up to 10 targets, and compatibility with advanced systems like the Lantern pods. For even more advanced capabilities, the F-16E/F uses the AN/APG-80 AESA radar, with newer upgrades such as the AN/APG-83, which provide greater detection range and high-resolution mapping. These enhanced radars ensure the F-16 remains effective in modern combat scenarios. As a result, the F-16 fighter jets are set to play an important role in Ukraine's defense strategy, with 3 key missions in mind. According to Federico Borsari from the Center for European Policy Analysis, these missions include intercepting Russian missiles and drones targeting Ukraine, disabling enemy air defense systems, and using air-to-ground missiles to strike Russian troops and ammunition depots. Borsari believes the F-16s will influence some aspects of the war, but many details about their deployment remain classified. This includes what targets Western governments will allow them to hit and which weapons will accompany the jets. The F-16s could potentially carry UK-supplied Storm Shadow cruise missiles, capable of striking over 250 kilometers away, even inside Russia. They may also be equipped with long-range air-to-air missiles to threaten Russian bombers and fighters. Their advanced radar systems will give Ukrainian pilots a significant advantage, allowing them to identify targets farther away than their current Soviet-era jets can. While controlling the skies is important for supporting ground campaigns, experts warn that using F-16s for direct ground attacks may be too risky due to Russia's advanced air defense systems. Still, their arrival marks a major upgrade for Ukraine's Air Force. The arrival of F-16s could provide a morale boost for Ukrainians and send a powerful message to Russian pilots, even if their immediate impact on the battlefield is limited. However, Ukraine faces significant challenges in using these advanced jets effectively. Ukrainian pilots underwent just 9 months of accelerated training in the US and Europe, far less than the typical 3 years required for Western pilots to master these complex machines. This could limit their performance in combat. The F-16s also require extensive support, including skilled maintenance crews, munitions handlers, intelligence teams, and emergency responders. Ukraine must build a robust infrastructure with radar stations, secure hangars, spare parts, and refueling systems. High-quality airfields are crucial too, as the F-16's low air intake risks sucking in debris and damaging the engine. Additionally, Ukrainian pilots, many lacking combat experience with F-16s, might hesitate to engage in high-stakes dogfights. BSS logistical and operational hurdles must be addressed before the jets can deliver their full potential. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin may see an opportunity to make a strong statement if NATO-supplied F-16s are destroyed by his forces. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov, however, downplayed the impact of the jets, calling them no magic pill to change the conflict, while revealing that Russian troops are being offered rewards for taking them down. Russia is expected to target these jets on the ground using long-range missiles, focusing on Ukraine's limited airfields. To protect the F-16s, Ukraine will need to use hardened shelters, spread them across multiple locations, deploy decoys, and stay ready for quick takeoffs during air raid warnings. Ukraine has even considered keeping some jets at foreign bases, but Putin warned that any Western airbase hosting Ukrainian F-16s would become a legitimate target. However, U.S. officials confirmed the jets would operate within Ukraine. In the skies, Ukrainian F-16s will face tough challenges from Russia's S-300 and S-400 missile systems, which can track and target multiple aircraft at once. They will also contend with Russia's fleet of fighter jets and advanced air surveillance radars, making the battle for air superiority intense and dangerous. Russia's Su-35 fighter jet is considered one of the greatest challenges for the F-16, according to Borsari from SEPA. The Su-35 is equipped with a powerful radar that can track and attack up to 8 targets at once over a large area. Still, Russia knows the F-16 is a tougher opponent than anything they've faced so far in the conflict. This could push them to act with more caution in their strategies. This leads to a very important question. How does Ukraine plan to keep the F-16s safe from Russia? Russian forces are expected to target the F-16s at the air bases where they are stationed. But Ukrainian aviation expert Anatoly Krapchinsky believes Ukraine has strong defenses to protect the jets from such attacks. He emphasized that Ukraine has reliable anti-aircraft systems capable of shielding its airfields. Since the beginning of the war, Russia has consistently attempted to strike Ukrainian air bases, but has largely failed to achieve significant success, Krapchinsky told the Associated Press. He further explained that the F-16s will significantly enhance Ukraine's ability to protect its airspace from Russian attacks and extend its capacity to strike strategic targets in Russian territory. They believe that now that they have acquired the F-16 aircraft, they will be able to solve several issues that currently trouble Ukraine. These challenges include massive missile strikes, the use of guided bombs, and the deployment of S-300 systems near the borders of Sumy and Kharkiv. Why is Ukraine focused on targeting Kursk, and in what aspect of the war does the re-elected president come in? To answer this simply, Ukraine has been targeting Kursk to gain a strong bargaining position, anticipating future negotiations, possibly influenced by Donald Trump. But this strategy didn't go well as Russia retaliated by bringing in up to 10,000 North Korean soldiers to bolster its forces in an attempt to reclaim Kursk. This unexpected move by North Korea prompted the Biden administration to take action. Throughout most of the 1,000-day war, NATO had restricted Ukraine from using its supplied weapons to strike Russian territory directly, allowing attacks only on Russian-occupied areas like Crimea. This constraint forced Ukraine to fight defensively, while Russia had the freedom to strike anywhere within Ukraine. With Biden's presidency ending, the United States has changed its stance. Ukraine now has permission to use U.S.-made attack missiles to target Russian territory, marking a significant shift. However, the supply of these missiles will remain limited. The United States' decision was likely triggered by concerns over foreign troops in the conflict, with fears that the arrival of North Korean forces could lead to similar moves from Iran or other NATO adversaries. Within a day of this green light, Ukraine fired 6 attack missiles into Russia's Bryansk region. Russia claimed to have intercepted 5, while the 6th caused minor damage. As Volodymyr Zelensky and Vladimir Putin maneuver for advantage as Trump's return to power, the war has taken a new, more unpredictable turn. Russian President Vladimir Putin has updated Russia's nuclear policy, lowering the threshold for using nuclear weapons. The revised doctrine now states that any attack on Russia by a non-nuclear country, if supported by a nuclear state, will be treated as a joint assault. This change means that strikes like those from Ukraine's ATACMS missiles could qualify as an attack by NATO and the US. While Putin has hinted at using nuclear weapons before, experts believe a nuclear response remains unlikely. Such an action would provoke a fierce reaction from the US and NATO, potentially targeting multiple key locations across Russia, including Putin's cherished countryside retreat. Russia's alarm over ATACMS is understandable. These surface-to-surface missiles are long-range, deadly, and hard to detect. They can be launched from mobile units, allowing Ukraine to shoot and scoot, striking targets like airfields or supply depots up to 300 kilometers away. This mobility complicates Russian surveillance and disrupts supply lines to its frontline troops. Previously, Ukraine relied on Storm Shadow missiles from the UK, which required jets for launching, making them vulnerable to Russian defenses. In contrast, ATACMS provide a stealthier and more effective option, giving Ukraine a significant strategic edge. Recently, as Ukraine fired ATACMS, 2 underwater internet cables in the Baltic Sea were mysteriously cut, disrupting communications in Finland, Sweden, Lithuania, and Germany. While there's no conclusive evidence of who was behind it, European leaders have accused Russia of escalating hybrid attacks against NATO and EU allies. Foreign ministers from major European nations issued a statement condemning Moscow's actions, calling them unprecedented in their scope and threat to security. This is where Donald Trump's role becomes important. Both Russia and Ukraine are working hard to gain an advantage before Trump delivers on his promise to bring Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky together for a ceasefire summit. Since his election victory, Trump hasn't shared much about his plans for the Ukraine war. However, Brian Lanza, a former advisor who knows him well, has offered some clues. Lanza, who advised Trump during his 2016 and 2024 campaigns, recently told the BBC that Trump's administration should prioritize peace over helping Ukraine reclaim Russian-occupied territory. Lanza stated that when Zelensky says there will only be peace if Crimea is returned, here's the news. Crimea is gone. If reclaiming it is the goal and they expect American troops to help, they are simply on their own. Zelensky has never called for United States soldiers in Crimea, but has often expressed hope that Ukraine could regain the region, which Russia seized in 2014. Many believe the Ukraine war might be nearing its end, though no one knows exactly how it will conclude. The deep anger between Ukrainians and Russians after years of conflict suggests that this final phase, if it is the last, will be both dangerous and unpredictable. Ironically, the person that is best positioned to end the war is Trump, himself known for being unpredictable. His upcoming term in the White House could bring unexpected and dramatic developments. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link appearing on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.